Hello everyone, welcome to my channel if you're new, welcome back to my channel if you've been here before. So my name is Michaela Carpenter, I'm a food freedom coach. Today we're going to be speaking about honouring your inner child and healing past wounds through self-compassion. What an inner child is basically the part of us that is really innocent, the part of us that where we started basically, so the different memories, the different beliefs, the different situations that happened in our childhood that created the beliefs and thoughts and the habits as well that we now have today. They're the things that really shaped us at the core, and have obviously a lot of these things can travel into our adulthood, whether helpful or unhelpful. These things are things that have just happened, and situations that have happened that have caused us to be the person that we are today. And this is basically what our inner child is. So today I wanted to speak about how we can really start healing some of the past things that may have happened to us. So the way that we see ourselves, and the way that we go about life, how we can really start healing these past wounds basically, and start creating a relationship with food and ourselves that feels really good through doing this. So using, obviously, like I said, self-compassion, so focusing on that compassion piece and how it can be such a really important driver in being able to honour and heal past wounds. So if this sounds like something you're interested in learning more about, definitely keep on watching. So when we're able to really honour our inner child and look at it from a place of love and compassion, we really allow ourselves to create some amazing growth and really heal in a way that we didn't know we could heal. And yeah, it's just a really powerful thing to be able to recognize the person that we used to be and how that really shaped us today. So our inner child is really that pure essence of who we were, who we are, before society or the world really got us to conform, and hide our emotions or even denying our needs. Really us before we were basically taught to lower things like our curiosity, and to really just experience the world from a place of pure excitement, and just excitement and passion to learn about these different things that are happening in the world, and all these, just basically that pure innocence of curiosity and just being who we were without being afraid of what the world would think of us, and what others would think of us. So yeah, that is basically what it is. And obviously other things may have happened in our childhood that have really shaped the way we think and the way that we use certain things in life. So whether that's food or whatever it is, how we respond to certain situations in life are really taught throughout our childhood, and through experiences we may have had. And yeah, it's really important to be able to recognize these things and really understand how you as a child were shaped into the person that you are, into the habits that you may like about yourself, or the habits that you may not like about yourself, or the habits that are not helpful in your life. So yeah, that is basically what the inner child is. May not have explained it the best, but I think you understand what I mean. So when it comes to our inner child, we more often than not will come with some sort of wounds, especially if obviously you're watching this video, you're obviously aware that there's something that maybe you haven't dealt with. There's things in the past that you may have experienced and you haven't worked through those things, haven't healed those wounds. So basically, yeah, there is wounds that a lot of us will carry around with us into our adulthood, and these can show up in a few different ways. It could be from abandonment, unmet needs, or it could be things like rejection. We can really see the way that they may now be shaping our self-esteem, our relationships, or even just our emotional well-being, and things like how we handle situations. These are all things that kind of can be a result of those wounds, those things that we haven't really worked through, because they were basically learned ways of what it meant to be us, basically. So the way we may have been treated, or the way that we may have felt as a kid, really can reflect how we feel now, if we do have an unhealthy or a relationship with ourselves that we're not happy with, that doesn't feel that good, can be definitely most of the time a result of things that have happened in our childhood, and that we haven't really looked back on and healed basically from. With this being said, it is really important to acknowledge those things that have come up in your childhood that have really impacted you as an adult, and really create that safe space for yourself, basically, that safe space for that inner child. And I myself have thought about these things and really dug back into what had really shaped my relationship with myself and my relationship with food. And I found it really helpful to really view myself as a child, and really just think of myself basically outside of myself as who I was as a child. It makes it a lot, I think, when we see it as, okay, I'm thinking about a really innocent child at the moment. This was me in the past. I think when you can separate yourself from the past you and really acknowledge that you were really purely learning these things, and that was what you learned and how you learned to deal with things, or these are the situations that came up for you, it can make it a lot easier to really come at it from that perspective and really think of, okay, how can I give this space to my younger self and really listen to them, see them for what they've been through, and help them in feeling better and feeling really safe and secure by giving them that space. It's a really powerful exercise and thing to do, and obviously it's something that's not gonna, one session won't, heal everything and get through everything, but it really does help, just really opening that space for yourself first, and then being able to really, like I said, give your inner child that space and kind of start working through those things, start seeing those things as what they were, and how you responded as how you responded, because that's what you knew, and really just being able to go back and almost forgive yourself, and really just see yourself through the eyes that you have now, and just to show yourself a ton of compassion, and really come at it from a different angle than you have before, and maybe you haven't reflected on that before, so it's a totally new experience for you. That is basically what I wanted to talk about in terms of healing past wounds. And there's a few different exercises that you can do that can really help. And basically, through giving your inner child, your past self, love and acceptance, and really just validation, through going back and really creating that safe space, and also going through those things, you really do allow yourself to truly heal those wounds. And this can be done through different ways. It doesn't have to necessarily be writing things down. It could be through visual sort of things. So you could be painting or doing pictures, that sort of thing, to really just bring back and really help you in healing and really creating that safe space for yourself, and starting to really heal those inner wounds and go through those things that really have impacted you as the adult that you are today. That is all I want to really talk about in terms of healing past wounds. So I also wanted to say about the importance of nurturing self-compassion, especially when you're doing the exercises around the inner child work. It's really important to be able to come at yourself now, but also your past self, from a place of non-judgment, and really just wanting to understand why things are the way that they are. Just coming at it from this angle is really, really important, and being really kind to yourself in this journey of really trying to understand what has been going on and why you are in the current relationship with yourself and food that you are right now. And from here, that it obviously just helps you really create that safe space and really start to trust yourself, and show up with true compassion and kindness towards yourself. Because obviously doing the inner child work, this is exactly what you needed back then. So yeah, that is a really important thing to make sure you're coming in with self-compassion. Another point I wanted to talk about is the importance of being able to just embrace play and creativity. Obviously at inner child, that was all we wanted, was just to enjoy and be able to do those things. So it's really important to have moments, have times where you are just spending time just really enjoying doing the things you love doing. So whether that's singing, dancing, drawing, painting, those sorts of things, just really things that spark that curiosity, that natural curiosity in all of us, and that natural sort of creativity that just can make us feel really good. I'm no artist myself. I'm not someone who would naturally go out and draw a picture or go do some dancing or anything, but I love just jumping in water, and just going for a swim, really just feeling really free. And it's those sorts of things that we really enjoy, that maybe we don't do enough of, that can be really helpful and powerful in making us just remember that we are all in this journey together, and we can do things that just feel good, and just we can be carefree, and that's okay. Even though we're adults, we can still make the most of those things that really make us feel carefree and make us feel really good, and just really purely coming from a place of wanting to just play basically and just have fun. It is a really good way to also obviously reconnect with your inner child and really just remember those things and really just enjoy that pure freedom and excitement that you can have. So yeah, I encourage you to ask yourself what things would be really fun for you, what things would really spark that sort of natural curiosity, and excitement of just basically being alive, and enjoying that. What things would spark that for you, and what could you start doing more that maybe you haven't been doing a lot of. Yeah, I hope you get some really good ideas with that and you really can take that forward. So yeah, that is all I wanted to talk about today in terms of your inner child and really being able to start healing those past wounds. I hope you found it really helpful. It's something that I definitely have had to do myself, and it's such an empowering thing to do, to look at past situations, and experiences in your childhood that have really shaped the person that you are, and just coming at it from a place of kindness and compassion is so empowering. Yeah, and just really seeing how the innocence of that pure joy basically that you had as a child and how that started to change, is a really empowering thing to really look at and really reflect on those moments, to really understand why you are in the situations you may be in now, so the cycles that you may be in now when it comes to your relationship with yourself, and food obviously. Is really an empowering thing to be able to do. So if you have any questions about any of that, just leave them below. And yeah, I really enjoy talking about this topic. I post videos every single week, so if you are not subscribed already, make sure you do, and I will see you guys next week.